So O'Fallon, Missouri, we're going to talk about some pros and some cons of living here. If you're not super familiar with the area, maybe you're moving to O'Fallon from out of state, or you're not super familiar with this part of town.
O'Fallon is the largest suburb in the St. Louis metro. So there's a lot of things to do, places to see, so we have a lot to cover.
Let's get right to it.
Cheers to our first video.
We got our Starbucks, we're ready to go.
We only drink Ventis.
Hey, welcome to the video. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Madison.
So O'Fallon, it is beautiful, got a lot to offer. You're about 30 to 40 minutes outside of downtown St. Louis. And hey, by the way, if you're moving to O'Fallon, if you want some help buying a house, relocating here, send us an email, send us a text. We are practicing realtors. We'd love to help you with that process.
Myself, Jacob, and our whole team, we love hearing from our clients on YouTube.
That is our favorite part of the job, helping you guys.
Okay, you start from new construction, then
I like that because it's like more specific than just saying like, oh, it's a big area, you got a lot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The first pro in O'Fallon, new construction, you got a ton of new areas going up, new neighborhoods, tons of builders. If you're someone who wants to be able to pick out your finishes, design your floor plan, the kitchen, the bathrooms, if you want a brand spanking new house, you got a lot of options all over O'Fallon.
So the great thing about the new construction in O'Fallon is the price point. You can get so much more nicer finishes, a bigger house, maybe a few more structural things, third car garage, things like that, for much less than you would in Chesterfield or other areas in St. Louis.
I mean, yeah, like you can definitely get a new house in O'Fallon for what, like 400, 500,000 if you really want, where in Chesterfield, you got new construction, but it's starting at like 800, 900,000 for a brand new house.
And in O'Fallon, there's more options of subdivisions to choose from. You have Streets of Caledonia, you have Shady Creek,
Amberley, Summerlin, there's Enclave at Brookside, which is up north. What is that? What is that? No, that's Starling Prairie. And that's the thing, like O'Fallon itself as a whole is just really new. You have a lot of brand new areas right now, but everything is really like under 30 years old. And you have new construction in St. Louis County, but all of O'Fallon is a lot newer.
Yeah, the shopping centers are newer, the restaurants, the commercial spaces, everything's just newer because the West is continuing to develop as you go farther west. So 30 years ago, there wasn't as much developed today in O'Fallon as there used to be.
Now, one con going off that you might want to think about is that it is new, but you're going to have more of these kind of cookie cutter neighborhoods in O'Fallon.
And yes, some of these houses are cookie cutter. They don't have the charm that the, traditional St. Louis home in the city might have, but generally they're bigger. You're going to get more bang for your buck. You'll have a backyard.
And the thing is that it really depends on which neighborhood you're talking about. Some of these builders do a really good job, diversifying the colors, the elevation, the finishes, and then some you will see look a lot more cookie cutter where it's the same house one after another.
They're kind of boxy, and some builders only offer 2, 3, 4 different floor plans. So when you go through a neighborhood, they try not to put the same elevation next to each other. So you do still have a little bit of, variety throughout the neighborhood, but there's only so much variety you can have with these big box builders.
Yeah.
So another great thing about O'Fallon is that everything is so close to you. You're right next to shopping centers, grocery stores, post offices, schools, gyms. I mean, you name it, and you're really within 5 to 10 minutes of almost everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you drive down like Highway K, like you will see, like you just have all these strip malls, restaurants, like grocery stores, gyms, like office space, whatever you want, you got a lot in O'Fallon because it is huge.
So a con to think about is that you're not going to be as close to the St. Louis activities. Cardinal games, if you have kids and you take them to the zoo, at the Magic House, places like that, it's still going to be probably a 30 to 40 minute drive into the city.
Yeah, so that's the thing. A lot of the tourist attractions, the very like St. Louis things, if you want to go for a ball game, if you want to go out to the bars, the breweries, that kind of stuff, you're not going to have that in O'Fallon as much as you do in the city of St. Louis. But if you're okay with driving 30 minutes into the city, whether you're just going there for a ball game or if that's your daily commute for work, if you work in the city, it's not super far away, but you're not going to be a 10-minute drive into St. Louis City.
So a pro of O'Fallon is actually all of the outdoor activities that they have. So the city of O'Fallon does a great job at family-friendly activities. There's tons of playgrounds with events that are there. One of my favorite is actually they put on an excellent Christmas light display during the holidays. It's at Fort Zumwalt Park. You drive through, it's only a few dollars, but that just shows you there's so much going on in O'Fallon. Parks, playgrounds.
Yeah, you got Fort Zumwalt Park, you have O'Day Park. You're pretty close to the August Busch Conservation Area, which that is a ton of outdoor space.
Absolutely.
Parks, lakes, if you want to just go for a hike, like there's a lot of stuff in O'Fallon and that's pretty close by.
So another thing is also they have an outdoor water park called Alligators Creek up in North O'Fallon. So that's a great place that kids and families like to go in the summer. They have a lazy river and slides and other, diving boards, things like that.
Yeah, I don't have kids. Madison's got 3. They're the
Yes,
cutest.
I do.
But I mean, like during the summertime, the water park is where it's at.
Yes, you can find us there on the weekends. Okay.
What is it? Alligators?
It's called Alligators Creek. It's an outside water park.
So it's great. It's beautiful. Now, one con you might want to think about. This is the suburbs,
Right.
This is not the city of St. Louis. It's not urban. It's kind of like this big sprawling suburbia. You got to have a car to get places.
You do.
And it's really just like a bunch of big subdivisions, lots of strip malls. Some of the roads can be busier like Highway K, but it's just very big. It's spread out. It's a huge area.
And there's lots of chains. So when you're out here in O'Fallon, there's lots of Targets, Walmarts, lots of, fast food restaurants. We don't have as many local restaurants, shops, and other places here. That's really when you get more into the city. You have those local boutiques, the mom and pop shops, things like that.
So it is this big sprawling area, but one pro you might find with that, St. Charles County is huge. O'Fallon's a big area, but you're right in the middle of St. Charles County. So it's right in the middle. You're very central.
It is. You are very centrally located. O'Fallon runs north to south. So being in the middle on your east side, you're close to St. Peter's, Walden Spring. On your west side, so on the left side, you're close to Wentzville, Forestell.
And like what we said earlier with the newer built areas, a lot of that is towards the west of O'Fallon. So a lot of the newer stuff, kind of closer towards
Right.
Defiance, closer towards Wentzville, Forestell. That's where you see a lot more of these bigger, brand new areas going up.
That's where the growth of St. Louis is going generally, really.
It's
It's
west.
going west, really. Not a lot north, not a lot south. It's west. I mean, Wentzville is one of the fastest growing cities in Missouri right now.
And that's the thing, O'Fallon is huge and it's getting bigger. Like St. Charles County is growing a lot. So where St. Louis City and St. Louis County are losing people moving out, it's all coming to St. Charles County. People are going across the river. O'Fallon is one of them. Wentzville is another one too, where people are moving out here for some of the stuff we talked about. You have these brand new areas, beautiful neighborhoods,
Yep.
plenty of outdoor space, and you're close to shopping, you're close to all these
Everything.
areas. You're just not as close to St. Louis City compared to if you lived in St. Louis County.
Exactly. And one of the other pros of O'Fallon is that as you go farther north in O'Fallon, you'll find the properties that are on a little bit more land. We do see some houses on acreage. So little slivers of O'Fallon, you get away from that cookie cutter neighborhood feeling. Not a lot of areas, but there are very few cities that have that option.
Yeah, so if you go further outside O'Fallon, you will see some more of that, these bigger pieces of land, kind of more rural, so you're not feeling
are.
as suburban, you feel more rural if that's something you're looking for. You got a lot of variety to choose from in O'Fallon.
So another pro of O'Fallon is that basically the city touches 3 major highways. It touches let me say that again. Okay. It touches I-70. In the middle is Page Extension, Highway 364. And then south is Highway 6440.
So you got a lot of highways. Keep in mind, it can get busy. It
Right.
can, if you're living close to the highway, you might hear the noise, that traffic buzz. And even something like Highway K, it's great. You got a lot of stuff on there, but you got a lot of stoplights. It can
You
get
do.
busy. It's like stop and go sometimes during traffic.
Right, especially during rush hour, because Highway K pretty much goes through the city of O'Fallon.
So that's the thing. Some pros and cons of O'Fallon. It is a beautiful area, especially if you're looking for one of those newer houses. And hey, like I said, if you're moving to the area, if you want some help buying a place, house, condo, new construction, whatever it is, just shoot us an email, shoot us a text. That is exactly what we're here for. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. Jacob, thank you for having me on this video.
Thanks for
and
being here.
I'm excited for the next one. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you later. I like that.
Okay.
What? You want to redo it?
No, I like it. I'm just so ugh.
No, you're good.
I should be like, Madison Hayes taking over Living St. Louis. Welcome to my channel. There you go. I look like an FBI agent.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Cheers. Here, come on, bring it up. Cheers, we did it.
You did it.
Woo!
Okay.
Ice cream tea, baby.